back to the channel. So today we're going to be breaking down this Travis Scott JACKBOYS type beat. I've been listening to a lot of ambient trap, so figured I'd do a breakdown and see what you guys think. So that being said, let's hop into the beat and hope you learn something. First thing I started off was with the strings. Strings are in Analog Lab. But first I started off with the string. This is in Analog Lab Spectre, the Mic Fuego kit. And all I got here is just an EQ. It's taking out the highs and the lows. Preset's so good that I didn't really need anything. Next we got this this strings from Analog Labs. It goes like this. There's a repetitive top line. This is also coming from Analog Lab 5, another Dream preset. We have 8 EQ, just taking up some of the highs and the lows. Doing some dynamic EQ in lower mid. We got a thermal with this Mothership preset. Next we have this portal to give us some granular synthesis. Next we got movement by output with this flying fish preset. Next we got the synth bass coming out of Analog Lab. And I have a radiator on that. Bus going to this decapitator with the dark fat preset. Punish is always on. Drove it and have the T preset. With these effects, they're really gonna beef up the synth bass, and I felt like it needed a little bit more help. And here's this part all together. So now we got this transition, Nightmare, Glitchy World preset. I love using Arcade because it just they have so many good textures. Or these like Travis Scott type beats, I think of just anything dark. So that Nightmare Arcade bank is just perfect. Next I added this clap for some movement. That just comes in the beginning of the song, just adds something different, but also gives a little bit of a build up. Next I found this percussion loop in Splice in the Wonder Girl percussion loops. It just gives it another transition effect. And the only thing I have on that is this RC20 Final 1 preset. Got some noise, a little bit of wobble, tube, all the way 100% wet. But what I did right here with this reverb, I made sure that it's just focusing on the middle, not the lows or highs. And I also used the EQ down here to cut off that lows and the highs. Boosted the width just a little bit. So with all that, this is that part. So let's hook. So I'm gonna start with this guitar right here. This is actually a free guitar that I just got, and it's by Labs. It's called the Electric Guitars. 80s lead, perfect for these type of beats, nice and ambient. What I did is I added a Guitar Rig 6 with this oil can echo preset, 100%. I just cut some of the lows and some of this harsh frequencies. Next we got this repeating top line. This comes from Analog Lab as well. The prod by TB Digital from Producer Grind. This is their Experimental Club 1 preset. So all I did was do a little bit of EQ and threw an imager on it just to space it out. So, because at this point I had a lot of stuff that was just going right down the middle of the mix. Wanted to switch something up. Next we have these strings. Really basic, tons of tension. So these type of beats you would never like want to do this. Too much space. too happy compared to where it was, which is down here. You want just constant tension, kind of like a chords getting frustrated. So with that, I just have an EQ. The preset already sounds like it has some movement and some grain to it, so I thought I'd just leave it. I also panned it to the right. Next I have this other synth. And that's just a copy and paste of the last pattern. Same thing, just another EQ. And when I double two synths of the same pattern, I'll just pan one of them a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, add a little bit of space. Next we got this right here. I always like to add some type of pad or vocal that's just doing the same thing, kind of hypnotizing. This is the Another Dream preset in Analog Lab. Neutron 3, add an EQ. Use the thermal as well, same mothership preset as before. Added a portal with the slow repeater. And again, another movement. Another tip I give you guys is to have some sounds that are going to be soft, and then some sounds are going to be super saturated, and some sounds that are going to be reverbed and pushed to the back. Some sounds that play on a counter melody and get delayed to like the sides. This is going to add a lot of space to your mix. And I like to think about this stuff while I'm making these type of beats. So now onto the drums. First we're going to start with this hi-hat right here. Really basic pattern, tons of space right here. Then I just dropped some down on this low note to add some different bounce, ended with a roll. So for here I got a halftime, a 21% mix, just to give it some low end, and an Effectrix. Now I will be sending a majority of my drums to the same reverb, this dark room. Just gives it that space. Next we have this hi-hat. Next we have this snare, that's going to be the driving force. And what I did here is I kind of played with the velocity as well to give it a little bit more of a humanized feel, and just dropped one down just for some difference. Gives a little bit more bounce. And here I just sent it to the same reverb, nothing on the mix. Next we have my favorite part, and of course that's the 808. This one's a super gritty 808 from the Wonder Girl kit. All I have here is a compressor because I'm sidechaining it from the kick. And then here's a kick, another kick from the Wonder Girl sound kit as well. This is what the sample pack looks like, this Wonder Girl sample pack. There's a lot of great sounds in here if you want to make those Travis Scott, Jackboy, Don Toliver type beats. So all together, this is what the hook sounds like. So that's gonna be the video. Thanks for sticking around, and if you learned something, I appreciate it if you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna try to be doing at least 1 to 2 weekly video uploads on VST reviews, stuff I'm into, different type of beats, and let me know if you have any suggestions in the comment section. Greatly appreciate it. So until next time, peace.